In a recent video series, YouTube's own employees shared some insights into how the YouTube algorithm works and how users discover content on their platform. So after watching that video, here are some key takeaways that I've noticed and some strategies that you can use as a YouTube creator to get more views from suggested. There are several factors that influences YouTube recommendations. In the previous video, we looked at how YouTube uses personalization. I recommend you check out that video if you haven't already. Link is on screen right now and also in the description below. Okay, so that's just one factor of YouTube's recommendation system. Now, what about the next factor, video performance? How does YouTube measure video performance? One of the first things that YouTube analyzes is the appeal. Did someone click on this particular video and do they watch it? So this is influenced by the click-through rate and whether or not viewers give feedback to YouTube by saying they're not interested in that particular piece of content. They can also say things about your channel as well. So what can we do as creators to improve and strategize from this? Make irresistible thumbnails and titles. This cannot be said enough. This is what influences and drives your click-through rate to be much higher. And one of the things you can do is to use different emotional triggers and numbers, curiosity, and so much more to make both your thumbnails and titles way more engaging. So this is also a way to be more specific in your titles and your thumbnails. And this is how you can stand out from the other thumbnails and video titles that are being shown by your other competitors. By the way, if you're looking for ways to improve your YouTube title, check out this video I made right here. Link will also be in the description below. So the next thing to look at is engagement. So YouTube analyzes this by looking at the average view percentage and also the average view duration. As a creator, you have to make sure that you deliver the promise that you have made from the title and the thumbnail. So if your title and thumbnail is suggesting a tutorial for Photoshop, then you better make sure that the video itself is a tutorial about Photoshop. When it becomes more specific, if the tutorial is for beginners, you have to make sure that there's no advanced things being mentioned unless you are redirecting them to another video. The next one is to make sure that you keep your points concise and remove as much fluff as possible. There was a time where a lot of creators tried to trick the algorithm and get more view duration by just stretching the video longer and saying things slower. And turns out that YouTube caught up on that trend and now they're smart enough. And so the viewers themselves will also skip ahead when they don't watch certain parts of the video, when they know that, hey, you're not really delivering value here, you're just dragging things out. So as a creator, another way to keep viewers engaged is to use a lot more pattern interrupts. And that means the type of B-rolls that you use, which is the supporting image or supporting video footage. There's also text, diagrams that you can use to illustrate the point that you're making in your videos, and just a simple thing like changing the camera angles from time to time will help with this pattern interrupt, and this way the viewers won't get bored and click away. Now, the other thing that YouTube uses to analyze whether or not a video is performing would be the satisfaction surveys. Did the viewer, although finished watching through the entire video, enjoy that actual video? And there are different ways that they use to measure this. And first of all, it's the likes and dislikes, the thumbs up and thumbs down. And occasionally they will also deploy surveys. There are also some types of surveys that I've seen where it's about, were you satisfied with this video? And they will ask a follow-up question like, okay, which parts of it makes it a good recommendation? So the algorithm is constantly being tweaked. They are constantly making sure that the machine is learning and getting feedback from the viewers whether or not they are liking that piece of video. So what can we do as creators to leverage off this fact? What can I do to improve my strategy here? I would recommend that you ask for engagement in the middle or at the end of your video, right? Asking for a subscribe in the early parts of the video, what I find based on my experiments, can be quite detrimental. Once you reach, in the middle of the video, you delivered one or two pieces of information that's useful already, that's when you can ask for a thumbs up. In fact, if you haven't done it yet, can you please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and you stayed this long? Because that will really help this video and this channel out. And secondly, you should also engage your viewers, and whenever possible, insist that they reply into the comments as a way to engage and create conversation. So I would also want to ask you, what's the #1 struggle that you're facing when it comes to growing your channel on YouTube? Let me know in the comment section below and let's talk about it. By the way, if you have more questions about YouTube growth, check out this Facebook group that I've created. There are free resources there and you can connect with other video creators as well. Link in the description below. Depending on when you're watching this video, part 3 of this series will be right here in this playlist. Hit subscribe and that bell icon so you get notified whenever I upload new videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.